Folks, welcome to Everything Pro Wrestling. Everything Pro Wrestling is a show by the fans, for the fans. I'm your host, Conrad Cushman, being joined tonight by the one, the only, the man they call Derek.
What up, what up?
He is here with us right now. Also, we have Sean in the house from Hubbard Wrestling Weekly, also co-founder of Clash of the Podcast, live every Monday at 6:05 Eastern Standard Time.
Thank you, gentlemen, for having me.
Don't thank us. You just hop right on in. Do your thing, bruh. Do your thing.
Sure.
So, with all that being said, we are here to review SummerSlam 2024. I'm interested in what everyone is going to be thinking of this show. Lots to get into, lots to discuss and break down. I'm very interested. Listen, if I would have known how this week was going to go, me and Sean would have had like graphics. We were on Monday. He was on with me Wednesday. We were on Thursday on his channel, Hubbard Wrestling Weekly. We are going to also be putting that in the live stream.
Right, it's been a wild week.
And then we did this one. We probably should have did a Collision review. We probably should have did some more SmackDown. Why not? Right? We were on every day talking pro wrestling for you guys. So this is a reason why you need to keep it locked to all of our channels. So make sure you guys show love. With that being said, we are going to do a review here for SummerSlam 2024. We'll do the intro, and then we're going to get into this thing, man. So I appreciate everyone who's here. Hit that like button, and let's go. Another SummerSlam in the books. It's been around about as long as we've all been alive, this show. Yep. So it's a classic for everyone. Look at this. I love the chats coming up in here, man. Sean, plug your stuff. Say something to the people here.
Oh, man. I mean, Hubbard Wrestling Week is in the building. Obviously, Clash of the Podcast in the building. Check out Hubbernomics. Check out the show I did with Conrad on Thursday, and Crystal and Malik. Got a lot of stuff going on, man. But I'm just happy to be here with my guy Derek and brother Conrad to talk about SummerSlam. My take will probably be somewhat surprising.
Interesting. Derek, you were gone Wednesday for good reason, I hope.
Yeah.
What ice cream did you get that night?
I actually got a root beer float.
Now go ahead, tell us your 1950s stories, I guess. Root beer floats. Come on, Fonzie.
Back in my day.
Sunday, Monday, happy days.
Hey, Pops. So anyway, I appreciate that Derek is back. We're all here. It's a hot one. It's a late one. So we are going to talk about these 7 matches that are put on for SummerSlam and get into it. Shout outs to the chat. We got Sir Quills in the building. Conrad, Sean, and chat. Your boy Sir Quills is here to talk about this SummerSlam. Let's talk about it. Renegade storyline on hold, depending on Jacob Fatu. We are going to get into the main event. There was a big return, as you saw in the thumbnail. We guessed it. Sean guessed it. I guessed it. Derek guessed it. I'm pretty sure someone's mama guessed it in the chat as well.
Right.
So
Guess.
We'll talk about the return of Roman Reigns. We'll get to it. That has happened as well. The wrestling Twitters are a buzzing. XG Dub in the house. Hey guys, what's up, XG Dub? Clown says evening, everyone. What's good? Terrell 317.
T3Z.
There we go. He said, all my picks won at SummerSlam. I'm calling it now. Cody versus The Rock at Bad Blood. We may get Cody versus The Rock at next year's WrestleMania. I also said I believe Dom would betray Liv. More on that momentarily. Yo, big shout out to Delayed Gratz. Jumping up. Got to jump up. Showing love for a fellow sicko for the AEW t-shirt on a SummerSlam review video.
That is crazy.
I told him when he showed up, I was like, We may have to have you flip that inside out. WWE
that's some gangster crap, D. That's some gangster crap.
Hey, listen. It was the first shirt I grabbed out of the dryer.
I'm not mad at you.
At least he's honest, folks. At least he's honest. Where are we here? James is speculating. Matt Lopez.
M. Leezy. Fo. Sheezy. Hello. Good evening, everyone.
I love Matt. You need to just put a shirt for yourself with just the fingertips doing that. I don't know why we do that for you. Like he's Dr. Claw or something from Inspector Gadget. Yeah, love it. We get a lot of comments. Pawn in the house from XG Dub. What's good, Pawn? Appreciate you. Thank you. Sean, Conrad, Derek. Hope you had a good Saturday. I hope you did as well, Matt.
Likewise.
Yes, sir.
Deanna came back in all caps. She said, "My man is back. It looked good."
Deanna's like my man. That's what Deanna's like right now.
Right?
Very good.
Quill says, "Brother Derek, what's going on, bro? Hashtag trash dookie."
Yeah, Sir Quill's my guy.
Hey, Quilly. You'll hear what I got to say. Guy will gamble in the building.
Guy will gamble says Europe was good. He said, "I'm not so sure about this draft. I'm really glad Reigns is back, but I wasn't feeling the matches, even though the intrigue is interesting." Okay. And Deanna said, "I enjoyed the whole show. Roman seemed rushed."
I agree. There's something wrong.
My guy Pawn shouting out XG Dub. Appreciate you, bro. Let me see here. Derek is absolutely doing diabolical work right now. I tried to tell him, y'all. Prince Rockstar says, "Worst pay-per-view of all time." Whoa. We'll leave that out with the rest of it, but it was not flattering.
Freak this company. I'm not mad, bro. I'm not mad at when I'm somewhat in the same ballpark, bro. Like this SummerSlam was okay, bro. Like, oh boy, let me stop.
Delayed Grad says we had some good matches. Gunther with his chest bleeding doing his Moxley impression. Oh, we're getting questions. Thoughts on Roman's heroic theme remix? I actually like it. I was okay with it. It was what? Listen. What me and Sean have to go through every week when we talk about people's themes, Bron Breaker's theme has went from being pretty good to I don't know what AI system you use to make this theme, but don't use it anymore. It's bad. Bron Breaker's theme is terrible now. Like I can't get down with it, man. Like I really can't. Who's another one? Tiffany Stratton we've complained about. What Bayley's theme? I don't know what they just said. DIY. It's ever since we said that one Royal Rumble, they were like, yeah, we don't know who's coming out. Say their name in their theme in the beginning. Like, why do they do that? Why? It's pointless, in my opinion. Roman's music was the best music they've done recently, and that is not saying anything at all. Guys.
I like that. Yeah, my face scrunched up, and then immediately I was like, okay, the homie knows what he's talking about. Good. Yo, my girl was confused too. She was like, "That's not the music I remember." I mean, look,
it didn't need to be changed.
It didn't. It just didn't. Like, you got to keep people intrigued any way you can. The casual fans care about the music, and actually, people who are not casual like us care about the music too.
This SummerSlam was okay. Wasn't as bad as '95. There ain't too many that's gonna hit that level. You still had a good ladder match on that show.
'95. It's hard to beat that in a negative way.
Was there a Hakushi match with 1-2-3 Kid as well?
Yeah, Hakushi and 1-2-3 Kid killed it, and HBK and Razor killed it. Other than that, not much to talk about.
And that wasn't even the original match for the
record. I know it was Sid versus HBK. Who do you think you're talking to, bro?
I'm just trying to educate the people.
Who do you think you're talking to?
We old, man. We got to educate.
Yep.
John G. What's good, bro?
John G.
John G, the king of R&B. That's gonna be your new nickname around here. I'm telling you.
Sounds like he should be doing a group with LG, whatever that group was, with Q Sweat and Gerald Levert. God rest his soul.
Rip. Yo, I got to give a big shout out to Rob. I don't know if he's listening to us on the way home. I think he had just left because he said he had to get up early for work. But shout out to Rob. We made some banging Philly cheesesteak. Shout out to my mom too for providing the steak. We made some banger Philly cheesesteaks. Oh my goodness! It would. Derek will tell you the noises that were made. for this. It was the best.
Okay.
I sacrificed lunch today. Didn't eat nothing. Didn't eat nothing for this. It was worth it. Well worth it. Anyone else munch on anything? Well, you had a sub as well. Yeah. What did you eat, Sean? Anything good during this show?
I had pizza. I kept it simple.
You're from New York, bro, so it's good. Though.
Yeah, pretty much.
It's good.
You know what I'm saying? My go-to.
I've
been eating clean. That's the first unhealthy meal I've had in like 7 days.
Same.
Hey, there you go.
Same. Yo, so the WWE Women's Title match. Let's start with the opener here. We're going to get right into this. We're going to deep dive right in. Liv Morgan, Rhea Ripley. This was a rematch that I think a lot of fans were waiting for it to come back, let's just say.
Yeah, I mean, we kind of talked a bit about this on the Clash, and I know Derek probably had the same thought. The writing was kind of on the wall about what was going to happen. Only thing I wasn't completely sure about if it was going to be Finn. That would be the person, because I'm still a little bit unclear about why he got the room key, but I guess now we'll kind of put two and two together. The room key was intended to give to Dom, like maybe they were working together. But I was thinking maybe Finn was secretly involved with Liv Morgan, but that obviously is not the case. But we all knew that Rhea was going to get screwed in this match. And we all knew that Dom would align himself with Liv. We just weren't sure how it was going to go down. I think they actually did it pretty well. This match was cool, but cameras and things being lined up right mean something. Like the reveal of him picking her up and kissing her was ruined because they had the camera on his face and he was smiling. It's like, so you knew it like 15 seconds before the actual reveal was supposed to happen. So, WWE kind of dropped the ball on that one. But the premise of what was supposed to happen, I think it was dope. I mean, I like the fact that Dominic stopped her from using the chair because there's a reason why you stop her from using the chair. You want her to not lose her chance to be the champion. So that actually made sense. But then, of course, throws the chair in the ring, distracts the referee. I like Liv and Dom together. It makes sense.
Yeah. For anyone who cares about the finish of the match, it was basically Oblivion, Rhea kicked out. They did a lot of New Japan finishes. For a lot of people who say, like, oh, I don't like New Japan, you might like it because they did a lot of finishes tonight with 2 finishers and then it's over, but I digress. They did another Oblivion. Dom set the chair up. A lot of, like, I don't know if the words telegraph, Sean and Derek, like, they showed you what was happening before it was, like, what we're used to, the reveal. So that was different. I'm not saying it was good or bad. It's just, that was different how they telegraphed it. Like, you'll see in another match, too, that what I'm talking about. But it was like you saw what was happening before it happened. Like, oh, he's a dirty Dom.
I think the reveal of what we're going to talk about later in the world title match, I think that was done more cleverly and better than what this was done. It's just that this means more. The whole Dominic and Rhea dynamic has been like kind of coming down the pike for a few months now. This was the payoff. Could it have been done a little bit better? Perhaps, but they didn't screw it up completely. It was okay.
Right. Interesting thought here. I'm going to go to Derek first on this one. Derek, what did you think of ref cams tonight? The little camera on it?
No. Get rid of it.
You weren't feeling it?
Not at all. I don't like it when they do it in baseball. It's stupid.
James brought it up. He said he doesn't think it'll last. It didn't work in WCW. Sean, your thoughts? Do you remember the ref cam in WCW? Like the helmet?
I do. The helmet was corny. I like the fact that WWE did it with a kind of suggestive, smaller camera on the ear. But I think the whole premise of the ref cam is a little bit bush league. It kind of came across amateurish, in my opinion. Nobody cares what the ref view is from the ring. Nobody cares.
Yeah. It's stupid. I don't care for it.
Interesting. So yeah, Dominic.
Did you like it, Conrad?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, they try something different. I can't blame you if you're trying something different, especially when I'm used to like the Kevin Dunn cuts and all. I'm like, oh, try good. You tried something
they definitely tried something different, stealing AEW's idea of having stats on the screen on the way to the ring. That was never WWE. That's an AEW thing.
Derek heard what I said during it. I was like, that's different. I said, one day when they try to tell these stories later on, just know I better hear. All Elite Wrestling came up with a great idea, and then we kind of borrowed from it.
Right.
WWE's so original, and they come up with their own stuff. No, they don't. WWE are
I will
fighters.
say this. They are the king of stealing something and then acting like it was there. So they are the best at that. Like, yeah. Great.
Just like Triple H acting like he wouldn't be, like he'd be somebody if it wasn't for Shawn Michaels or his wife or Vince or whoever else.
Right? Clown. Music is identifiable. Could you imagine the Bulls taking the court without the trademark entrance? Ricky Steamboat's thinking the same thing, brother. What if during that third year Def Rebel just came in and changed things up? It's Michael Jordan. Go ahead.
I gotta go back. I didn't know you were gonna, which is fine. I didn't know you were gonna start with the first match. Obviously, that makes the most sense. But I want to go back to before the first match. I'm gonna take 30 seconds or less. Paul Levesque, we don't need to see you. We don't need an entrance from you every major pay-per-view. We don't need to hear your stupid music. You're retired. You're a suit now. Stay your punk behind in the back. We don't need a Triple H entrance to start off the show. Go back, put your headset on, and take those stupid, ridiculous pictures with the winners of the matches and go and do your thing. But we're sick and tired of this stupid, unnecessary grandstanding and show-stopping when you have to have your stupid music play when the pay-per-view starts. You're done. Go in the back and stay in the back.
Yeah.
I'm sick of your face.
Can't argue that. Can't argue that.
Speaking of being sick of people's face, Pawn, aren't you a Chicago Bears fan? That's enough out of you. All right, don't you ever talk about this Buffalo Bills shirt again.
Chicago.
Delay Kret says, first SummerSlam where the main event had two guys who bleached their hair. That's a fact, too. Ref Cam looked odd, people are saying. I called it. I said Dom would betray Rhea at SummerSlam, and it happened during the match. He cheated like Eddie. Corey Graves was going kind of hard, too, about the wrong man won that custody ladder match. I was like, geez, Louise.
Yeah, he was, man. Like, Corey, relax, bro. Relax.
M. Leezy says, I'm on a binge of watching 95 WWF. Do you like punishment? What are you doing right now? TL Hopper right now.
I mean, I would say the best match of probably the entire 1995 would be Brett and Diesel at Survivor Series.
I love that match. I love it. Yeah, it's probably the best match. And I love that Diesel freaked out after. People are letting us know Drew's on screen right now. They must be doing the post. I think JD just kicked out Rhea and Priest for trying to be leaders. Wasn't that the big thing in JD that they didn't have a leader? True. Dom is never going to be able to talk now. Does TK give the okay for Buddy Matthews? Yeah, I saw that tweet he had put out there. Let me see. The homies weren't feeling the ref cam, and the homies did notice the stats. It's going to be one of those reviews. Shut up, Rob. Let me see here. Brett Diesel was great. Pro Wrestling Shoes says, fantastic SummerSlam. 95 Survivor Series, one of my favorites. Yes, they definitely did some cool, interesting things for that. Let's go back to the Judgment Day locker room after this. So Judgment Day's in the locker room. Priest yoked up Finn Balor. Did you know what was going to happen? He didn't even believe his homie. He was like, what was going on? Tell me. Yeah, and I just was like, yeah, this is not going to be good.
Can I get my Bobby Heenan on for 5 seconds?
Go ahead.
Kayfabe, Bobby Heenan. This is kind of Damian Priest's fault. From a storyline perspective, he's been coming at Finn sideways for a long time now. Finn just got sick and tired of it.
Bro, he yoked him up.
Yeah, there comes a point. I'm the former Universal Champion. I'm freaking Finn Balor. Stop touching me. Stop disrespecting me. Storyline wise, if I was Jesse Ventura, Bobby the Brain Heenan, I would say what did you expect?
Crazy.
You keep trying to hit on my manager, Hogan. What do you expect? I'm the Macho Man. I'm gonna slap you across the face.
Right.
No comment, because I definitely just saw something where Macho got in trouble for that during the end of his tenure at WCW as well. So who does Carlito side with? Carlito's trying to take a spot. He don't care about nothing.
Well, there's two factions now, so yes, he can choose now.
Right. Carlito goes home or nah? He ain't going to no TNA.
No, he's not. He's not.
UFC did the stat stuff before, right? I guess the NFL did it.
Yeah, pick it for straws.
Yeah, cut it out. Carlito on Carlito's side as always, which worked perfectly for JD allegedly. No, Lara, what's good? Acknowledge your true tribal chief, Roman Reigns.
I acknowledge him, but I don't acknowledge the entrance.
Carlito will join whoever buys him a PS5.
That's funny.
Cool said Liv Morgan and Rhea Ripley 7 out of 10. Writings on the walls. We knew Dom would screw over Rhea. Was pretty standard, but just okay, though Rhea was resilient with her shoulder. Yeah, I didn't like that they went to that shoulder spot, and then it's like they run into the thing. I don't know. I just don't like the run your shoulder into the stuff to pop it back in. I'm like,
right.
Okay. Yeah, long-term Finn and Liv we're going to take down Judgment Day. Interesting way to think of that. Let's go to the Intercontinental title match. We've probably spent more time talking about the stuff previously before this than how long this was. Bron Breakker, Sami Zayn. Not really a lot to this match. I mean, they gave Sami a lot, but we knew in the end we were going to crown a new champion. We both predicted that, and yeah, he speared Sami out of his boots.
Knocked him out of his boots.
Yeah, he won, and they had the Steiners in the crowd as well in the Legends Suite. Sean, what'd you think of this?
I respect Sami Zayn because you have talked me into respecting Sami Zayn, and I mean that with no sarcasm. I have thought about what you said, and that's the reason why I've come back around to respecting Sami Zayn. However, this match was mid and very predictable.
Yeah. Derek, thoughts on this one?
Man, you know, I love my boy Sami. I don't know if I really care for Bron Breakker. He's good, but I don't know if
you better learn to. He'll be in those main events. I'm telling you, he's being groomed, bro. They like him a lot.
I don't.
I think the people are into him. He's intense. He who faster than Bron Breakker? Explosive wise in the ring.
Nobody.
All right, that's what I'm saying. You got to give Bron his props for what he does.
I am, but I don't think he deserves that push right now, bro. Sorry.
Who does?
I don't know, but
That's hating, bro.
I don't think
that's hating. That's hating. You got to come up with a name that deserves the push.
Give me time.
Also in the building for this one was
LA Knight.
Also in the building for this one was Stephanie. I want someone young. The future.
The future?
Yeah, LA Knight. You got limited time.
Ilya.
All right. I'll allow that. I'll allow it for an answer for now. I do like Ilya. What did you think of Stephanie showing up here?
What are you talking to? Talking to me? I thought it was creepy. Seeing her face makes my skin crawl. It's the whole family.
It's like, yeah, why don't you work here if you show up for the big PLEs?
Man, it's like out of control at this point. It's like seeing her clap with no rhythm and seeing her hair pulled back over her milk face. I'm tired of looking at her. Like, I'm tired. It makes me sick. The whole getting spots on pay-per-views, getting segments where your stupid name, is on the screen, WrestleMania walk-ins, SummerSlam glam shots on the side or in the crowd. Go home. You shouldn't be here. Nobody wants to see seeing your face makes me uncomfortable.
Well, not even that. If you wanted the break, take the break.
Yeah.
From it.
That's what I'm trying to say. Everything that's been going on with them, all the allegations, everything the rumors that surrounded her leaving, leave. Go away. Seeing you on camera, and I'm being real right now, seeing you on camera reminds me of all the things that your family has done. I don't want to see you. It's tough enough for me to look at your husband. I don't want to see you.
What do you think, Derek? Stephanie being on camera?
I don't know, bro. Like, is it necessary? I don't really think it is.
It feels odd to me. Like, I don't know what the acknowledgement's for. Like, what? Okay.
Like, I don't know, bro. Like, we've acknowledged you years ago. Why do we have to continue to do so? I don't really care. I know who you are. I know what you do. Let's just get on with the show. I don't need to see you to say, hey, are you? No, I don't want to hear all that. Let's just go.
Understandable.
It's creepy.
James brought up a Scott Steiner quote. No one will watch if there's no storylines. Yeah, that didn't work in WCW in the end, so I don't know what you're talking about so much. You know what I mean? There were stories in there. I remember the Ric Flair off the cuff promos and stuff like that. I don't know what that's supposed to mean. I don't know when the value of storylines went up super high, and then now it's like we don't care about match quality. But before that, we were just talking, weren't we? Like, oh, people love New Japan. What happened? Where did those people go? They just floated away.
People are so selective in what they like and don't like, which I guess is normal. But then again, they play such fabricated favorites when it comes to what they say they like in one company, but then they dog it in other companies. Like, it's the same thing. Like, your New Japan reference is spot on, bro.
Yeah. Matt says congrats to NXT Izzy Day for being a legend. She was in the Legend Suite apparently. Guy Will Gamble heard it. Sounds like hate. Told you, bro. Coming off bad right here. I can't with anyone with worse math skills than me. Can hook them up with 0.7. Is that?
Well, I mean, that's you lose points because Dad was talking about nonsense.
Who? Scott Steiner?
Yeah.
Rick Steiner's his dad.
I don't care. You're your uncle.
Shane over Stephanie. Crazy. Absolutely. Oh, yeah, allegedly, yeah, she is dating Bron. Izzy Day. There you go. That makes sense. This background makes it look like Hub got the solo glove. I just saw it as soon as you said it below.
That's kind of true. Jesse, you're right about I feel you.
Big old hand.
Because the way I'm dressed, it does. That's actually kind of true.
That's funny. So someone clipped that real quick.
That's actually not bad because it does look like my arm is right there.
Let's go to the U.S. title match. LA Knight versus Logan Paul. I'm going to say this on behalf of the three of us. If I say anything, you guys can correct me if you're not feeling any of this. We know what Logan Paul said on social media. We are only going to talk about Logan Paul's performance in the match. I do not agree with anything Logan Paul said. I do not care what Logan Paul says. And I don't give a hoot about any of this.
This is your channel and it's late night. Say whatever you want, bro.
Yeah, I don't give a hoot about any of this. We are not acknowledging or praising Logan Paul for any of it and who he takes pictures with. Moving on, we're just going to talk about this match. I don't know if everyone agrees with that.
Logan Paul is an idiot for what he said. Like, flat out.
Well, okay.
Flat
All right.
out.
Yeah, and who he takes pictures with.
Yes.
Let's get into this. MGK was here.
Trash, dude.
Like, okay, like, what year is this again?
This show was full of people who used to rap and then they went to other forms of music. So
MGK came out and everyone was like, all right, like, didn't you sing John Cena to the ring like 12 years ago?
Was he at 29?
He was at 28.
Oh, 28.
So 13 years ago. Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, no. He who we shall not name in music was at 29 doing the I'm Coming Home song. You can Google it, kids, if you want to know who that is. LA Knight came down in the prime car he stole. He wrecked it. He did his thing. This is a nice basic match, though. I thought Logan Paul did show some great athleticism with the moonsault to the outside of the ring.
Listen, that moonsault was fire.
It was picture perfect.
That was fire.
Now, I was scared on that suplex he took. Now, Sean's seen enough power and glory, power plexes in his life. I've never seen someone who did not flatten out like that. I was like, what are you doing?
That was ugly.
That did not look good. MGK passes brass knuckles to Logan Paul. LA Knight gets caught with them, but then he gets in the ring, hits the BFT, and we have a new U.S. champ. Yeah. Good call. How do you keep the momentum, though, for LA Knight is the real question. I'm happy for LA Knight, but I'm interested to see how they keep the momentum. I want to know what's next for him. I hate being the guy to do this, and I know armchair booking, someone's going to yell at me. That's fine. Carmelo Hayes is the guy, I think, to beat him. But I digress. I'm going to YouTube. Thoughts on LA Knight winning? Derek, go first, since you're a big LA Knight guy.
You know what? It's refreshing to see. I will say this: Logan Paul and LA Knight put on an excellent match for me. Like by far nowhere close to match of the night, but they put on a show. And Logan Paul with that moonsault, bro, like that is for someone who doesn't wrestle like that. Like, I mean, I know he does now, but the way he wrestled before, like he wasn't wrestling like that before, and he was still doing stuff like that. To see him do something like that in today's wrestling, I respect it. I respect it. I'm not a big fan of his. Probably never will be, but I respect the acrobatics, the high flying that he can do without killing himself.
The guy will give us to say with your chest. Sean, what did you think of LA Knight finally getting this? I mean, we've talked about people not getting their just due. LA Knight's one of them. I'm like, I think he deserved it.
He did, and he does, and I'm happy he won. Nothing. It's hard for me, bro. Nothing feels right now because, LA Knight deserved everything. I predicted him to win. I'm glad he won. It's just not fair, man. Like, everybody's getting an opportunity. Everybody who we feel deserves an opportunity. Tiffany Stratton, LA Knight, everybody. Well, Bron Breakker, whether he deserves it already is debatable, but I think he would have been a champion in 3 months if he didn't win it tonight. Everybody's getting, like, guys, it's ridiculous at this point. It's ridiculous. Everybody. And again, I'm saying this to say, again, LA Knight, I am not mad at LA Knight winning. LA Knight deserves to win. I am an LA Knight fan. I'm a Tiffany Stratton fan. There's so many others. These people should be getting championship opportunity. The right guy won this match. I don't understand. Like, it's like this one particular person just cannot catch a damn break, and everybody else is getting their opportunity.
Do you want to say the name so people know who Sean's referring to? I think some new people will listen to this.
It bothers me. Say
the name.
It genuinely bothers me. Like, no grandstanding. This is real talk. This is really Sean Hubbard saying it really bothers me.
Can you say the superstar's name though that you think deserves chances?
I'm talking about Jey Uso, man. I am, and I'm like, there's something that's really wrong with this picture. And I'm saying it again. LA Knight deserve. I don't want you guys to think, or anybody to think I'm saying LA Knight did not deserve. LA Knight deserved his moment. Tiffany Stratton deserved to win Money in the Bank. Something's wrong, man. Like, I mean, you guys can touch on it, or we can move on. I don't want to take up too much time. Everybody's like, am I wrong? Everybody's getting their shot. Everybody's getting their chance. Everybody.
I won't say everybody. I don't fully agree with that. I got some people who I'm mad about.
Okay, fair enough.
Yeah, there's definitely a lot of waste with Chad Gable, Cedric Alexander.
Oh, okay. You know what? I'm sorry. Chad Gable should be included. Okay, I'm sorry.
There's others in it.
All right.
Your guy just happens to be the most over out of it. That's all I'm saying.
I mean, they showed a clip. Shout out to James and Pro Wrestling Shoot. And then from the clip that he showed me last night, and then I went to search more. Jey Uso had Cleveland rocking last night. After the show went off the air, the dark match. Jey Uso had the crowd rocking for like 20 minutes before the bell rang.
Yeah.
Derek, I don't talk to you as much as I talk to Conrad. Obviously, you're my boy. You got to help me understand, because this genuinely, my brother, really bothers me.
You picked the wrong one to ask about this.
No, and if you don't think, and I know you don't think Jey Uso deserves to be world champion, but you can't possibly think after the year that Jey Uso has had that he should not have singles gold around his waist.
World champion, I will say no, but gold, yes.
Okay, fair enough. I'll take that.
Gold, yes. I will say this. The reason why I feel like Jey Uso, I won't say doesn't deserve, because he does deserve a title by himself. But in my opinion, in my eyes, I look at it as Jey Uso has been on that tag team trip for so long, they are not interested in seeing him with a singles title. Like, for me, I think they're interested more because he's done his whole body of work has been tag team.
Right. No, I respect what you're saying, but let me ask this, and then I really want to move because I don't want to take up too much of y'all's time. I'll ask this one comeback question. But since last year's SummerSlam, or since maybe a couple of weeks before SummerSlam, when he kicked Roman Reigns in the face, you don't think the last 12 months he would have stumbled into a title?
He should have.
Okay. And you know what? And I appreciate you for that. You know why? Conrad has already backed me up. But there's some people like, oh, he only has like 4 moves. Shut up.
I mean,
don't do that.
only had like 4
But
moves.
anyway, again, just to kind of keep it. LA Knight wins. He deserved to win. I'm happy he won. It just brings me back to I don't understand why everybody's getting their shot except Jey Uso.
Well, I mean, like real quick, and we could bounce off of it. I will say this: I don't think Bron Breakker deserved a title before Jey Uso.
Oh, I appreciate that. Thank you.
I like that, I truly feel like truly feel that way. I'm like, why?
Right. You got because you got to start building these guys up. Because you got to look at the ages of everybody else who's out there now. What's Cody? Late 30s, about to be 40. Yeah. You got Punk, who's in his 40s.
I mean, I get it, bro, but
I understand you have to make a move, but you also have to look at who are the people feeling. Like, that's the real barometer at the end of the day. I get that you're like, let's help some of these guys out. You can help them, but you got to look at who's over and pick and choose. If you got people who you don't need there anymore, then you don't need them. We don't need to be making overages to Minute Maid, man. Like, we don't need him back. Good piece, bro.
No, I definitely get it. To me, in my eyes, I just don't think he deserved it before Jay.
And James brings up a good point that I did remember seeing during the match. Logan Paul is a long, lanky fellow, and his foot was under the rope when he got pinned. That might play back into this for a rematch, possibly.
But I don't. His name's not Psycho Sid, so I think we'll be all right.
Yeah, I don't think it'll happen.
We'll see. One time for LA Knight.
Oh, LA Knight deserved it. Yeah. Good old. Nothing against LA Knight. Much deserved. The right guy won.
100%. Juke said refreshing to see Derek, but missing that steak. He ate some steak tonight. He just always says steak isn't a breakfast food. Derek's a hater.
It's not, bro.
It most definitely is.
Maybe at like 11 o'clock.
Jay getting the chance to be Macho Man. What you mean?
And Lazy, we love you, man. Guy will gamble. You're our friend. We appreciate you, but what? Yeah, I know. What chance has he's gotten to be Macho Man? Macho Man was world champion for a year.
Well, I think he's doing the eye roll. Did you mention Macho Man when you were talking?
I don't remember, but maybe.
I don't think you did. Yeah. That's why I was wondering what he meant by it.
Huh? Okay.
Yeah, shout out to E, who's also in the chat. Shout out to everybody. Sir. Clown, steak and eggs, definitely breakfast food. Shout out to Clown.
Well, y'all got me thinking about the wrong stuff, bro. I'm trying to stay focused.
I know, but we got to make sure Derek knows. Derek needs to know. I want you to look at this, man. He tries to act like this isn't a food, but it is, bro.
It looks like it could be a good sandwich, but not for breakfast, bro.
Yeah.
And whatever the secret is that the spices that McDonald's puts on their steak, I haven't been able to figure it out. It's really, really good.
It's got to be Montreal seasoning. It's got to be.
I may have a website for you.
Someone definitely just made it the other day, and it looked better than theirs.
Derek, I'm very interested in that website, brother.
I may have a website that may have it on there. I haven't looked, but it may be on there.
Guy Will Gamble said he meant the Macho King era, like given the push but never given anything.
That makes sense. That makes a lot of sense. Then, yep.
Thank you for putting that on there. Derek needs to keep that energy with Arn Anderson betrayal. Wait till we get to Arn Anderson.
Don't worry.
Don't worry. It's coming.
I got you.
Let's get into Nia Jax Bayley, which I really don't have a lot to say. I thought that this was a fine match. This is kind of the low point of the show. Yeah. Like, it was just kind of like, oh, okay, let's chill out here for a second. Multiple bonsai drops. Tiffany Stratton made her way out. I told y'all that pink Money in the Bank briefcase looking like a purse was going to make its way. They got to sell those. Mattel is going to sell those. They're going to put Barbies with those. They're going to put action figures with those. They do not care. You are about to sell mad of those. For anyone who likes pink, who likes Money in the Bank briefcases, you got to collect them all. There you go. It's right there for you. Money to be made. That's why I was like, she is not cashing in right now.
No, absolutely not. She's going to rock with that for a little bit of time.
I'm kicking myself though. I did change my pick to say that Bayley was going to win. I don't know why I thought Bayley was going to be able to pull it off. I was wrong. Turns out that Nia Jax with 2, she power bombed her and then hit 2 bonsai drops. I was just thinking of Shaw when I saw the second one. I was like, oh, Shaw's probably like, oh no, here it comes. Boom, down she goes. She wins though. She beats Bayley. I will say that I'm sad for Bayley. I think that they could have treated Bayley 10 times better than they did here. She won the Royal Rumble. She was not featured on WrestleMania. You didn't really give her a lot to do during the reign, and it's over. Now what? I don't know where Bayley goes from here, but I hope to see her get something more from this. Nia Jax, new champ. Sean, what do you think?
Real quick, Bayley was poorly booked throughout this entire program and pretty much since WrestleMania, like you said. So from a storyline perspective, Nia Jax was the right person to win. I'm always going to have a little bit of jade towards Nia Jax because of her real life recklessness. I still think she has some work to do on that bonsai drop. I've said it before. I'll say it again. You're not supposed to drop your entire body weight on the person. You're supposed to hold yourself by the ropes and brace yourself, a la Yokozuna, unless somebody pissed Yokozuna off and then Yokozuna just did whatever he wanted. But
once I saw on TV,
but,
at least.
Other than and one time 92 Survivor Series, one time Virgil was too far away and it was accidental. Take care of your opponent, and I have no problem with Nia Jax.
I thought she did fine tonight, though. I didn't see anything.
No, tonight was fine.
Mm-hmm.
No, actually, I will say to your point, Sean. We'll say the second bonsai drop in the set of the 2. That first one you can actually see her like go down, but then stop herself and then
she protected her a lot on the first one.
She protected her a lot. Second one still looked just a little bit more effort put into it, but still the same. Like, hey, I'm letting up, but I got to make this one look semi-real.
Yes, sir.
So I will say to your point, she definitely did. Yeah,
hold that. That's what
you hit the nail on the head with that, Derek. That's exactly.
But I will say though, I actually got chills when she went up for that second one. When she was like, I'm like, oh, okay, now you look like you're supposed to be doing what you're supposed to be doing.
Well, that was her moment, and she was feeling it.
Yeah. And I think that Nia deserves this. Like, I should have just stuck with my original mentality after she won Queen of the Ring. I'm like, she's winning. But Nia, I think she's been way better since her return.
Yeah,
like,
yes.
The match with Charlotte's where I was like, did she lose the plot here? Like, what's going on? And then she like went away for a minute. It seems like she sometimes you need that break in pro wrestling, and then you come back and you're even better. And I was like, she's better now. So that at least that's my thoughts on her.
Nobody's been harder on Nyla Rose. Excuse me, I'm thinking AEW. Nobody's been harder on Nia Jax than me, but she has been better since she's been back.
She has. She definitely has.
Juke says Derek needs to acknowledge the breakfast bagel. I agree.
I acknowledge the breakfast bagel just without steak.
So bacon. So you'll put bacon on it, but no steak.
Absolutely.
They got that too.
I know, but this is ridiculous though. Steak is a breakfast item.
No, it's not.
Connor says, "How we doing, fellas?" Connor, I'm doing good.
What up, Connor?
Connor, what up?
We got people putting it. Bayley deserves better. Bayley is her updated hugger gear. James says heel Bayley over face Bayley. I will say.
With the way face Bayley has been booked, I would agree.
Delayed Grat says WWE doesn't respect Bayley. She needs to bounce. They are already pre-ordering the pink Money in the Bank case on WWE Shop. What did I say? I'm telling you. Bayley never gets the respect she deserves. She was about to make an afterthought, and that sucks. Yeah. Bayley, come, Juke. You could try. I mean, you can shoot your shot. That's all I could say.
Well, see, you know what the thing is? Like, real quick interjection. All these people, more so for Derek, because I don't get to make Derek's ears bleed as much as I make Conrad's ears bleed. Everybody we're talking about, Bayley doesn't get appreciated. It's true. All these things are true. Bayley doesn't get appreciated. Sami Zayn doesn't get appreciated. Their resumes are stacked with championships. Like, all these people that we say, which is true. Oh, you know what? These guys don't get the respect they deserve. Bayley's a freaking Grand Slam champion. She's going to the Hall of Fame. She's won every belt available in the company. Okay, I'm done. I can't do this. This bothers me so much.
Listen, he's saying that they should trade her for to TJPW for 4 Joshi, like Triple H wouldn't work Tuesday. Shout out to Token Champ JBL. Jeez Louise.
Token Champ.
Sir Quill says Nia Jax Bayley 7 out of 10 standard match. Virtually boring the crowd. Virtually non-existent. Nia Jax new champ probably expected. Lottie freaking died.
I like Quill's take on things. I do.
Yeah. The homies felt like Nia was clearly trying to restrain her punches and moves.
No, just the bonsai drop.
No. I think you talking about people he was watching with probably felt like she was trying not to really hurt her at all.
Okay.
But she probably likes Bayley too. You know what I mean?
Right.
I told you sometimes you ain't getting jacked up for no reason. It's you did something or I ain't feeling you.
Right.
Yeah.
Who did Nyla ever hurt though? I don't know of anyone. Nyla Rose.
No. I think when she said. Was that because I misspoke and said the word Nyla, or was
Yeah. I think he's just reminding people like Nyla never hurt anybody.
Oh, okay.
T Ferg, what's good? He said, "What up, fellas? SummerSlam was cool. I don't like a lot of the interference in most of the matches. I didn't even think about that. There's a lot of overbooking in WWE lately."
But Triple H is the greatest booker of all time.
I'll say one thing that me and Sean said, and I know some people aren't gonna like it, but if you told me and Sean your main event is Cody versus Roman Reigns at WrestleMania. Who can I use? You got The Undertaker. You got The Rock. We got this, bro. Give us 15. Give us not even 50. How many minutes do you think we need? Give us 10 minutes, and we got this. And make sure everyone's happy.
Oh, you're such a Triple H did such a great job. You had a whole wing of the Hall of Fame at your disposal. How can you screw that up? How?
You can't.
A 4-year-old could have put that together. Oh my God. This is my 4-year-old voice. Oh my God. Okay, who can I use in tonight's match? Undertaker, John Cena, the Usos, Solo, The Rock. Okay, I think I can put something together. Triple H is the greatest booker of all time. Shut up.
James says any minute Charlotte Flair returns to take on Nia. Charlotte in the Bank could be coming back. Don't wish it too soon. Don't. She's not back yet, so you got to chill for now. Triple H is coming out soon. James asks, "How do we like our steak?" I'll say medium usually, but it depends on the place where I'm going or if I'm making my own. It depends on my mood usually.
I go well done.
I'm a medium well.
Medium well, right? Yeah, like. I don't want a lot of pink, just a little.
Just a touch.
Just a touch of pink.
I don't want any pink, bro.
It's all good here. They did Bayley filthy. Steak, depending on how you cook it, is a breakfast food.
No.
There you go. Look. H is on the podium. Medium well. Clown nose.
That's his stupid glasses.
Yeah. Bayley is Hall of Fame bound, but it seems WWE as a holder is valuable-ish. Don't get me started on the value. All right, we're gonna move on here from Bayley. Bayley, we wish you the best. Let's talk about the match I was looking forward to. It's SummerSlam 1997. You've got Shawn Michaels in the referee outfit, Undertaker on one side, Bret the Hitman Hart on the other. CM Punk came out rocking the Bret Hart attire tonight. It was all good. I loved it. I thought that this match did a lot of the, people are like, I love storytelling. This is the match that you want for the storytelling.
Yeah.
They pulled out the bracelet during the Anaconda Vice. He sees the bracelet. He wants his bracelet back. This was a blood feud. And I don't think it's done yet. I think this is the beginning of a trilogy.
Yeah, has to be. There's no way. If they deviate away from that, then I have a problem.
Yeah, they did a fake little callback to SummerSlam 97, but they didn't do the chair shot to Punk. He kind of covered up, and then Seth caught himself. Punk did give a GTS to Rollins. I think they left enough here so that there's a feud between all of them still. Slowly but surely, you'll get to it. Sean, what did you think of this?
I thought it was the match of the night, honestly. I thought they put on. But I don't like only thing I don't like is they made CM Punk look really silly. CM Punk is never that obviously we're talking about storyline here, nothing real life storyline. They made CM Punk look totally preoccupied with that bracelet. He stopped giving Drew the GTS because Seth picked up the bracelet and put it on his wrist. I understand the symbolism, but it was kind of like OD. But I give the match a 9 out of 10.
Yeah, it felt very like and this might be the issue sometimes when we talk about WWE. I want people to just don't think it's like pure hatred. This is very juvenile storytelling sometimes, where it's like, why would you stop doing this for that? Right. And there was a lot of it, and that's the issue when you see it. Like, okay, I get if we see it in one match, but we saw it in several. We're gonna talk about it again in what Derek deems match of the night, and I'm with you, Sean. Me and you are signing the same thing. Match of the night is this match. But Derek's going to give it to another match that hasn't happened yet. And I'm actually surprised that he said that as well.
I know he's not talking about the Cody and Solo. I know that.
No.
Absolutely not.
So, yeah, Drew gets the win. Like I said, he gets another Claymore. He takes back the bracelet and puts it on. So all that for Drew to still have it, great. I think Bash in Berlin, we're getting a rematch, and we'll pick it up from there. And I think that's where Punk's going to pick up his first win. Yeah, unless he wrestles on Raw.
Yeah, agreed. Just first of all, Renegade, I agree. Too many. I don't know. I don't know if I'm agreeing or not. I'll say it. I think too many sponsorships on the things getting ridiculous now.
Yeah, I don't hate it.
I do.
I watch New Japan, and that's New Japan's mat is all like that. It's all sponsors, but I think it adds to the why I love New Japan. Like, it reminds me of when I was a kid and I was watching. I'm like, what is all that on the mat? And then I found out, it's sponsorships and stuff. I was like, that's cool.
But that's what New Japan does.
Yeah, it comes across as OD in WWE.
Gotta pay the bills, Derek. Hate that answer, but
and it comes across as desperate in WWE too. Like, y'all must have some money problems if y'all sitting up here hating the whole. I mean, you had Wingstop, you had the insurance.
I think they're just doing this. I think I'll take it all.
You had the whiskey thing on the barrier. You had Smart Tech. It was like
and that's Cody's thing too. I think some of it's like when you make a deal with someone. Yeah, we'll promote your stuff. Sure.
Well, Cody, that was the first over the top thing that Cody did tonight.
Well, I mean, you got Prime sitting at the side of the ring.
Enough is enough. Like exactly, Derek. You got Prime logo in the ring and on the turnbuckle, but you have to have a Prime hydration station at ringside. What is going on here?
I told Derek tonight, I was like, I thought those aren't filled up, and then someone opened one. I was like, I guess there is stuff in them. I was like, I could have sworn it was empty.
Just Bush League. Are you guys number one or not?
It doesn't bother me. I don't know. Maybe I'm just being weird about it. But
you're not being weird. You're being easygoing, which is what we love about you. But I'm not. I think it sucks.
Yeah. Well, I think I hate it though that Gomez never did it.
Right. Well, the reason why I think you're good with it is because you're used to it. You're used to seeing New Japan with it, so this doesn't phase you at all. It's like, oh, okay, all right, whatever. Like for me, I'm like,
With the expensive things going up though too, like I can't blame them though for like I got to get every dollar I can then right now.
No, sure, I don't blame them for doing it, but like just the over exaggeration of like,
it's a bit much.
Wow.
And the reason people said that Gomez would say that is because he wanted a clean look to the product. He didn't care about that. I'll work with you next month then. Holla at me in November. We could do a promotion for the pay-per-view or something.
That guy didn't do a lot of stuff right, but I agree with that.
Yeah, so I think it's a taste thing too, if you like that or not, for how you want your product. It's like boxing. Do you want a clean ring or do you want all the sponsorships? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Guy Will Gamble said, I feel like Rollins took away from the match. A lot of people said that. Did you feel that same way? Like, did Rollins? I don't know how to say this. Does Rollins' character hurt the blood feud that was for this? Because Rollins' character is not serious either.
Yes.
But when he turns on serious, it's good.
I think it's detrimental.
Go ahead, Derek. Go.
I think it's detrimental because he's not serious. Like, he was serious when CM Punk came back. But now when you look at it, it's like I get serious when I want to, and I joke around when I want to. And I feel it's more so I joke around when I want to until something happens that I don't like. Then I'll get serious. But then I'm only serious for about five ticks. And then all of a sudden, I'm laughing and joking again. I'm sorry. For those who love Seth Rollins and this gimmick that makes no sense to me, I love you guys to to death, but this gimmick is trash dookie.
Wow.
I can't get behind it. Sean, I already showed you what that trailer was, and that's what it should have been.
Yes, you did, and it made a lot of sense.
That's what that should have been. Right. This whole gimmick now, it makes no sense to me. I don't abide by nothing that they present to me with this. Not even Seth. Like, if I had a whole conversation with Seth Rollins right now, in depth on what his vision was for this character, what he's doing with it right now, I would tell him it is trash dookie.
Right? I'm jumping all over the place here with some of these with some of these comments. People are saying this is supposed to be a blood feud. Wait, Seth has a gimmick. I'm not even giving that person airtime, so I'm not even gonna lie. I know who you're referring to though on Twitter. This is supposed to be a blood feud, and they were singing the ref's music. That's crazy to me. I hear people on that. I enjoyed what they did here. I think this is gonna play into later stuff though. Like I said, when we go around to WrestleMania, this will all kind of like have little tiebacks to it.
They'll be in Hell in a Cell in Bad Blood. So
yeah. Fully agree. I don't know what they're going to do at the next show, but they're going to probably have to do something, and I think they have to find a way to get Seth away from this. I don't want this to become a triple threat. I want Seth away.
Yeah, and I don't ever want to see another Hell in a Cell. Period.
No, I'm interested to see if they can break. It's worth it if you do it for a blood feud.
No, Hell in a Cell is trash, dude.
Why? Because they can't do blood and do it right. No.
We already know why Hell in a Cell is trash, dude.
Oh. Derek will never forgive them for what Bray Wyatt is. He'll never want to see another one.
That's arguably, God rest his soul, that's arguably the worst, one of the worst moments in modern era, that Hell in a Cell with Seth Rollins.
Yeah, full blown.
And then that same week, Kofi got squashed in 9 seconds by Brock Lesnar.
I don't think I've ever been so
angry. Yeah. Oh yeah.
Oh my god,
man.
I did a podcast about it. I was like, this is the worst week I've ever experienced in wrestling.
Horrible.
Hold on, here I'm going to the thing. I did see the NBA returning to Peacock. I saw the commercial for it. I saw it actually like a few days ago or a week ago, maybe.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, pretty cool. Triple threat of Hell in the Cell. Guy Will Gamble's asking. I don't know.
I think Guy Will Gamble's on this. I think you're going to be disappointed, Conrad. I think it is going to be a triple threat.
As long as they can find a good way to tell the story, I'm okay with it. But just make it good, I guess.
Yo, I'm saying it right now. Somebody's getting thrown off the top of the cage.
Listen,
there's safe ways to do it now, so that's fine. Yeah. When Foley did it, I mean, I'm telling my jaw dropped. I was watching it live, and I was like, my jaw dropped.
Listen, I will tell you, if this is a triple threat, see, and this goes back to what I said before, Sean. If this is a triple threat match, you need Seth Rollins from that trailer.
Right.
You need that Seth Rollins.
That's Seth Rollins, right.
Yeah, it's all fun and games until it's that time. Do we bring back 3 stages of hell for Punk versus Seth or Drew? Maybe. If one doesn't get it, then the other one can.
I say for Drew. Punk and Drew.
Yeah. Well, that's got the heat right now.
Yeah.
Let's get into this world title match real quick. Damian Priest, Gunther. This was a chop fest. Gunther's chest was bleeding for once from chops, which was weird because Gunther, he did wrestle Finn. So that was the last thing he did do. So I guess that makes sense. Let's just talk about it. So Finn Balor comes out. He was told not to, but he still came out to try to help. There was a part where he hits the Razor's Edge. He then hits the South of Heaven choke slam. He rolls him over right next to the ropes. You're like, oh, Gunther's going to put his foot on the ropes. Well, Finn helped him, and then Priest sees it on the Tron. This is the first time where someone did something where you're like, that makes sense if you're trying to see what happened, but why doesn't everyone just stare at the Tron then after to wait to see what happens for stuff? You know what I mean? So that was weird, but once again, this is like telegraphing before. So Finn put the foot on the rope, and usually you would expect like, well, Priest doesn't know.
Right.
In this situation, it was like, no, he knows. And then he went to grab him by the throat after getting power bombed. Like, I was like, why is he attacking him? This is what Sean said. This is the same thing with the Punk thing that they were just saying.
Right.
Why are you not focused on the opponent? You can deal with this later. Right. And instead they're like, but it's part of the storytelling of the match. Power bomb, and listen, I said something. I'm going to bring this up. Gunther in that sleeper, bro. Gunther gonna put that sleeper on. This if you hated that Okada's money clip in New Japan, you gonna hate this sleeper. Right. He was like, yeah, y'all gonna feel this. And he gets it in, and Gunther becomes the champion. It makes sense going into Bash at Berlin. Gunther's the champ. He's gonna produce good matches. I'm interested to see how the character does in the upcoming months.
Yes. All I gotta say is Jey Uso better not be the number one contender for Bash at Berlin. So I'm gonna punch somebody in the face. But anyway, all jokes aside, I think this match was great. Thought it was the match of the night. Again, I don't like. No, excuse me. I think I said already that Punk versus Drew was the match of the night, but I thought this was the second best match of the night. I just don't like the lack of focus. You know what I'm saying? They wrote it in the story where he was so enthralled with Finn that he couldn't stay focused because he originally got out of the first sleeper. If you guys remember, he was able to roll out of it, but then he was so focused on Finn, he walked right back into a powerbomb and a sleeper again. Priest is growing on me. I like Priest.
He delivered. I thought he exceeded my expectations as a champion.
Yes, and now we see what happens with it. The only thing now is that we have to figure out what's going to happen as far as the Judgment Day, because it seems like there's a couple of options for people to branch off. If I were a betting man, and I would love to get you guys take on it as well. If I were a betting man, I would say Priest and Rhea, and maybe Carlito for comedic effect. And then on this side, you have Finn, JD McDonough, Liv, and Dom.
You could. I think they're going to end up just doing the old Sons of Anarchy type of thing where, like, they patch Carlito in, like, yeah, he knew and he never said a word, so he's in. He's cool with us. Finn and JD continue to do their thing, and then meanwhile, Priest and Rhea are out. Like, I think it was just they're getting kicked out. They got too big for their
so
bridges.
they're just going their separate. Okay, all right.
But Dom and Liv technically don't have to be in this. Dom might even be a star outside of the group, and then you could have Finn recruit new people. You get what I'm saying?
Dom has been. I love what you're saying, but I don't think Dom is quite there. He's been really good. You think Dom can survive alone?
I don't know if the group's going to help him. What I'm saying is, here's how you get the most mileage out of it.
Yeah, but he can be the leader. He could actually. This power play he did at SummerSlam could put him in a position to be the leader.
But they said, remember, no leader. So to me, that's the reason.
That's before tonight. The whole thing just imploded. Now all bets are off. You can have. I'm excited about. I'm not gonna lie. Judgment Day kind of excites me. You can have JD McDonough, Finn, Liv, and Dom can be like the guy in charge.
What do you think, Derek?
So first off, I will say that this was my match of the night. I'm not big on Damian Priest. Never have been.
Shocked to hear this when he said this.
No, never have been. But I think this was the first. I think after watching that brief trailer for his promo, or not his promo, his documentary, and then how he approached the match all the way through with the ferocity that he showed. Mm-hmm. That's what made it match of the night for me, because I'm like, all right, I've never seen Damian Priest like this. Now, if I can get Damian Priest like this all the time, I'm good to go. But I haven't had that the whole time. So it was hard for me to buy into him even being a heavyweight champion. Like, no disrespect to Damian Priest, but disrespect to Damian Priest, I would have taken Jey Uso as a heavyweight champion before him. I would have. I'm sorry. I can't. Damian Priest doesn't hit it for me, bro. Until tonight, before tonight, bro, Damian Priest did not do well for me. He did not bode well for me.
Well, if you go back to that Money in the Bank show where he won it, I thought that was an odd choice. I was like, what?
That was a very odd choice.
What? Out of all the people? But once again, that was who's booking it. If it was good, it was someone. If it was bad, it was Gomez. So
right.
I just thought it was an odd choice. But you know what? Priest exceeded my expectations. So I'm happy for him. I don't know where this is going to go if he's feuding with Finn now. Like, can he get back to the world title picture? Do they have enough faith in him for that? I think it's crowded right now.
It is very crowded. I think he can. I definitely think he can get back into that. It's going to be a while, but I definitely think he can. And as far as like the group goes, when said person who started this whole group left, wasn't Finn the leader of it in the first place?
No.
Well,
They were
Edge was the leader. And
No,
then,
that's what I'm saying.
They kicked Edge out because they didn't want a leader.
Right. But then Finn was still calling shots.
I think that's been the goal of this group the whole time is the hierarchy. Sean, you said something about bold prediction, then you cut yourself off.
I don't think Damian Priest will ever be world champion again.
Interesting.
And I say that respectfully because I like Damian Priest. Damian Priest is going to be one of those guys. Okay, I'm not going to go there again. I'm going to keep it. I'm going to reel myself in. But Damian's one of those guys, and you know who I'm talking about, who deserve to have a world title on their resume and probably will not have one again. And there's another guy, I think you know who I'm talking about, who deserves to have a world title on his resume and probably would never have it again. But because he's been so good, he deserves to have it on his resume, and you can never take it away. I think Damian Priest will be that guy. Maybe he will ascend, but I think you're going to see Damian Priest probably near the mid-card moving forward.
Yo, hold on. Guy Will Gamble's wild. I don't like when wrestlers wear trunks and ain't got knee pads. It just bothers him.
I respect that take.
Matt Lopez says, I say Sami Zayn should be Gunther's first title defense. They could do it. I mean, that makes sense. I beat you before. I can beat you again, but this time Gunther wins.
Right.
We know what the result's going to be. Whether it's Sami or Jey Uso, Gunther ain't losing that belt right away.
No.
It better not be Jey Uso, I swear.
Ludwig is also from Germany. We ain't gonna talk about that sleeper. Who is Zilla Fatu? They got way too many backups on bench. Zilla Fatu's been only wrestling for a year. I don't think they're gonna pick up Zilla just yet. I think he will get there eventually, but not yet. Rhea was the most popular one. They kicked Edge out when Cody got hurt. Yeah.
Who's to say they can't add new members, by the way?
That was my point before was with Dom. Like, okay, Dom's got enough heat. It's like, let's see if he's got the heat. You're on your own. Now, Finn, who do you want? And let's get new people who we could actually use in this group that are going to make sense. Give me some names.
Right.
Like, that'll help get other people in segments and be on Raw more. But
so you don't think this is going to be like Hollywood and Wolfpack kind of vibes?
No, I would hope not. But I thought it was more WrestleMania 15. I told someone, do you remember WrestleMania 15? China's back with Hunter.
Oh, yeah.
But then you found out they really weren't back. They were both the heels. They were in the corporation the whole time. Like, sorry if I spoiled WrestleMania 15 for anyone. Sorry. But yeah, that's what I thought the situation was. Like, you think Dom and Liv are out and get out of here, but it's actually Rhea and Priest. But Rhea shouldn't have beef with everyone else unless they have an explanation about it.
I think I like where I'm going with. I think it's going to play out where it's going to be two teams. I think that the dynamic between Rhea and Priest has been a real brother-sister relationship, which they will not allow just to go away. Well, Triple H, I don't trust him far enough to throw him across the street. So I'm saying something that's a good idea. You know what that means. But in my opinion, I think that they should keep the two teams separated. There should be Judgment Day 1, Judgment Day 2. Maybe name the other team something different. But Rhea and Priest should stay together. And I love the idea of Carlito joining them and saying, "You guys suck. I want to be with Priest and Rhea."
I can see that.
You could do something like that too. You wanted to just swerve people.
Yeah.
It was interesting though. Interesting. Like I said, Sean's the person to have in the room. If you think the idea is normal, I can find the normal idea, and I'm like, yeah, let's just do this. Sean's the guy that'll say, but what if this happened instead? What if Finn was the one with Liv the whole he changed it up so that it was like, oh, I didn't see that coming. He got me. Because Finn took the key.
And even now the way it played out, I appreciate that, bro. Even now the way it played out, and now hindsight being 2020, let's move forward and let's do something cool. Let's, no pun intended, Carlito's just flailing around. Let's make Carlito do something to make a name for himself again. Let's have him be in the camp of JD and those guys and Finn and Dom, and then screw them over and get with Rhea and Priest and have the crowd go crazy. Like Carlito's, let's stop letting people just flail in the wind if we can do something with them.
I agree with that.
Renegade brings up a good point about the Wyatt Six possibly going after them later on. They target Chad, then now I don't know. I don't know what they do with them. It was a shame that they weren't on this card too. I'll say that. You could have had more, but I guess they wanted to save some of it for Raw. Liv Buck.
Excuses, Conrad.
Huh?
Well, yes, you stop.
No, this isn't an excuse.
Because it is an excuse.
No, because here's what's going to happen on Monday. No, I'm not accepting this right now. Because here's what's going to happen. You have a show on Monday. You can't have nothing going into this. You can't be like, I don't want to hear Finn Balor explain himself for 20 minutes to like, Priest, I'm running from you. I'll see you at the next pay-per-view. Like, no, we're not doing this. Have a match that's going to get people excited. That's fine if you didn't want to put the Wyatt Six and Chad Gable. What I'm saying is, do I think they should have put it on here? Yes. But do you have matches lined up that are interesting for Raw? Punk's probably not going to wrestle, right? Okay. You got Cody's on the other show, even though he's on everything else. Is Gunther going to defend the championship? Probably not. His chest was just bleeding. I mean, is Ludwig Kaiser cleared? Like these are the questions you need to know. I'm looking what else is on here. No women's championship match. And I'm sure Liv and Dom, like they're going to be on the show. It's going to be a lot of promos for the 3 hours. It's going to be a lot of talking.
You know why I say you make excuses a lot? Because you try and reel, and it's 90% where you're trying to reel me back in, so I appreciate you for that. But it's like, the Wyatt Six, I mean, just leave it at your first statement was correct. Derek, let me know if you agree. The first statement you made, Conrad, was correct. Then you kind of like backed away from it. The Wyatt Six should have been on this pay-per-view, period.
You could have done something different even with it. You could have gave them a segment to set up the match here.
I'm not saying you're wrong. See, that's when you said the Wyatt Six should have been on this pay-per-view. When you said the Wyatt Six should have been on this, I was nodding, and then you were like, "But maybe no buts." The Wyatt Six should have been on this pay-per-view.
There's more than one way to do things, though. Is what I'm saying.
Right.
So, okay, you didn't want them on the pay-per-view. Fine. If this is what we're gonna do, I'm accepting of what Triple H is doing. If you're only going to do 7 matches, then that's fine. Like, okay, then put it on Raw. That's fine with me. If that's what you're going to do. But don't come back later saying like, man, how come we can't get on pay-per-view? Well, see the boss man over here. Like, that's it. Like, I can't change it anymore.
So for like the Wyatt Six, I would say I would have wanted them on SummerSlam, but I would want a promo, not a match.
You see what he does, though, right? I hope Formula time. You ready? I've done this with the Attitude Era. I'm going to do it again. Triple H always books tag title matches and people who's not going to be on the card, who probably should be on the pay-per-view before, and then the other people on the pay-per-view after. So look, what did we get on SmackDown? DIY tag title change. We got Bianca Belair in that tag title match on SmackDown. Now we've got the Wyatt Six and Chad Gable in them. He didn't give any time for the faction feuds, really.
Right,
he put them on those shows. That's what he's been doing.
Right.
And honestly, with the Wyatt Six and Chad Gable feud, like I kind of need that explained. Like I feel okay. So when they debuted, everybody was beat up, but then you could tell Chad Gable was marked.
Mm-hmm.
Chad Gable was marked differently from everybody else. Everybody else was beat up. Chad Gable was marked.
Mm-hmm.
I need to know what the marking is for.
Like why? Right.
Why?
Mm-hmm.
I just want my credit at the end of the year with what I said about Chad Gable and Jey Uso. That's all that I want at the end of the year.
I can give you that
for
credit,
people
right?
for people who are like, hold out, Conrad. They're telling a story. I know he lost 7 times. Give him a chance.
Conrad,
there ain't no chance.
I'll give you that credit right now. You were 100% right.
Yo, and shout out to DIY. How do you think they feel?
Yeah.
You
losing in their hometown. Hometown.
Well, Johnny's hometown, and he couldn't get on this pay-per-view. He's probably in the stadium he always wanted to wrestle in as a kid. You couldn't find a spot for this dude. But
and y'all think, well, I don't want to speak for Derek, but because Derek just laughs at me. Y'all think that I really like come up with this stuff about Triple H because I just have nothing better to do? This dude is not that good.
He's not.
Like, stop sitting like Conrad. You know I'm gonna do it right now. Just because the last guy was here and now this guy is here doesn't mean that he's doing good. It just means he's doing better than the last guy.
That is true.
Speaking of here, Miz and R-Truth come out afterwards. We're not talking about that Otis thing that I saw Guy Will Campbell bring up. I'm Manscaped. There's a promo code down below if you guys want to use it for us as well.
But Guy was speaking truth, though.
Yeah, I don't know. Otis can shave his stomach, but the Wyatts can't get a segment. Got to pay the other people on the mat. You know what I mean? I'm just pointing out that what they have to do because they signed themselves up for it. I'm not their business advisor. Miz and R-Truth announced 57,791 as the attendance tonight in the Cleveland Browns Stadium. A-Town Down Under come out. Jelly Roll hits him with the chair. Yippee Skippy. We were just talking about people not having time on the card, and this is why I brought that up. But they like to do these segments. I don't know.
I clearly believe they're lying about this attendance, but I won't laugh.
Here you go.
I'm just saying, bro.
When would they lie about that? We don't say that
every time.
Now someone's about to be in the comments talking about some turnstile counts for All In, right?
Oh, okay, come on then. Let's go.
We're not going back. We're not saying nothing about this. Good for Cleveland. I hope the people who went there had fun. Someone said Jelly Roll will probably be a pre-order for 2K25. They're probably right. I
respect it.
Whatever. Whatever.
How can you have, and nothing against the Miz and R-Truth, how can you have the Miz and R-Truth have time on the show? How can you have a stupid segment with the Alpha Academy and Xavier Woods with the shaving kit, and you don't find 5 minutes for Jey Uso or the Wyatt Six or Chad Gable or any? It's ridiculous, bro. Like, what is going on? See, maybe you don't understand. Even after all these years, Conrad, you don't understand. When I say, what is going on here? You think I'm just doing this for theatrics. What is going on? No, I'm really asking you. What is going on here? They flew Jey Uso to Cleveland to wrestle in a dark match.
Hold on. I'm about to have to clap back. And hashtag what draft. Going back into this, Triple H just explained why 5 other matches were not on the card. 4 hours is the cap for the 4 big shows. What? You were putting on 8-hour WrestleManias before this.
Oh my God, he's so fugazi. This guy is so full of it, bro.
Is that a cap? Well, let me ask this. We're not watching the post show. Is that a cap that they set, or is that just like their new rule, like unwritten rule? Like, okay, we're only doing 4-hour shows. James comes right in after. Who spent summer vacation in Cleveland? It's Cleveland.
Exactly.
Don't disrespect, bro. Yeah, y'all gotta chill on Cleveland, bro. I've never been there. Awesome. I felt bad for Theory a little bit here. He took the choke slam from Jelly Roll, like he took the
chair
5-knuckle shuffle, the chair shot.
Yeah.
And Grayson took the chair shot too, but
you know what I'm pointing at, Conrad and Derek.
Yeah, Will's comment.
You know what I'm pointing at.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Jelly Roll, I guess. Yeah.
When you get there, you'll know what I'm talking about.
Manscaped is a sponsor. I acknowledge that Manscaped is a sponsor. I said you got to pay the bills.
Nah, bro. I don't care.
But listen, here's the thing. This isn't under one person's vision anymore. If Nick Khan signed something, it was like, hey, guys, guess what? Everything Pro Wrestling. Pizza Rolls is your new sponsor, and you have to say a pizza roll ad every 20 minutes. Well, we better figure it out then. You know what I mean? You can't go up to him and be like, well, don't do that anymore. You got to do that. Right, Jesse just said you got to make that a priority. Let me see here. Jay, El Terrible.
No, they thank you, Guy Will Gamble.
Yeah,
it's ridiculous at this point. Can I read this one?
Go ahead. Well, let's do this match right now. We're on it anyway.
Yeah,
Solo and Cody.
Yeah, Cody Rhodes, Guy Will Gamble, in my opinion, comment of the night. Cody started his entrance in a trailer, walked the dog, got lessons from his OG, dropped the dog off, and wore a 5X mask on his medium head, and Jay couldn't get a yeet off. That, by the way, listeners on Everything Pro Wrestling, that is not an exaggeration. Cody Rhodes' entrance was 15 minutes.
You timed it, or did someone time it?
No, I didn't time it. It was probably 5 minutes, but you know what I'm trying to say.
No, I don't think it was 5 minutes, bro.
Oh, okay.
I think it was longer than 5, bro. He was in the trailer, like, chilling. Like
bro. Okay, so like, it was probably 7 or 8 minutes. 7 or 8 minutes.
No.
No.
Boogs said it started at 10:08. It was 10:24.
Wow.
We finished.
Wow.
Wait, was that correct though? That clock might be wrong.
No,
Downstairs.
she said she watched it from it started at 10:08 and got to 10:24 by the time he was done.
I'm gonna have to check that. Let me fact check that, folks, before you start yelling at us.
You know what that math is? That's 16 minutes.
Let's see here. Pro Wrestler Shoot says, yes, they only want 4-hour shows. They know the majority gets burned out on longer shows. I have a question about this. And this goes back to the whole casual fan thing. If someone is a casual fan, and I'm using that term loosely, will they come back to watch pro wrestling again? I know that's me being weird, because don't casual fans eventually become us? So I don't know what that means, though. Like, okay. Listen, I don't like shows that go super long. I hate the marathon WrestleManias, but I can get into a longer show. That's fine. As long as the show's good, it's fine. If it's something awful and you're making people sit through it, they're going to start complaining to you. If it's going to be awful, keep it short. But you know what I mean? That's why 2-hour Raws were more digestible. It's bad, but it's only 2 hours. NXT was bad. On the old days, it was only an hour of my time. Okay, big deal. When it's 4 or 6 hours and it's bad, you're like, yeah, that's awful. Why has Malachi Black only had 2 singles matches in AEW? I don't know. Holla at him. I couldn't tell you. Wasn't he injured for part of it this year?
I think so.
I'm just answering questions that people are saying. Let me see here. Tony Khan gives you 45 matches on a pay-per-view and 16 international joints on the pre-show for free. That's true. He's giving you the bang for your buck, especially if you're not paying. It's right there for you. Reason why the men and women...
I'm not accepting that. I'm not accepting that. People like the Wyatt Six and Jey Uso deserve to be on the show. Nobody can tell me different.
Someone said Supreme Pizza Rolls are bomb. Actually, I can never find those, for the record. Just like the taco ones. Never can find those anymore. Classic. And people complain when AEW has too many matches. Yeah, that's true. And they get them done in the same amount of time. I know people are like, but 15 matches can happen in the same amount of time that it took to have how many matches? 7 tonight?
7, yeah.
I was happy that he brought it up. Jacob Fatu did get hurt. All right, let's just talk about the finish of this. So Cody came up. He talked to Double A Arn Anderson. Shout out to Arn Anderson, who's wearing his ring. #betrayal. It's a joke for those who don't get it. Arn was wearing the Hall of Fame ring again. He's back. He's happy.
Turncoat.
Here he called him a turncoat. Stop it. Derek.
Continue.
He tells Cody he has friends in high places. Sounds like Legento activity. I'm kidding. I wrote just in my notes just as soon as I heard that. I was like, who PR? Who you got in high places, Arn? But he said he was going to make sure Cody was taken care of tonight.
Oh.
I guess Arn wasn't going out there.
Was he? He was making sure that he was taken care of there, but not somewhere else, though. A different kind of taking care of.
Well, Cody was in charge there.
Yeah, all right.
Cody was taking care of him there.
But it was a different taking care of that Arn Anderson was going to provide.
Cody hits a nice moonsault during the match. Reminded me of 1-2-3 Kid from Raw and Sega, kind of like the twisting corkscrew one. God came out. They tried to help Solo. Kevin Owens and Orton come out. I still think Orton's turning on him in the near future. Just keep that in mind. Yes. Jacob Fatu comes out. He does henchman work. He looked like he got hurt on the table spot. That was the dive through the table. I don't know if the corner caught him. I don't know if you guys have, like, Sean was the first one to say something to me. He's like, I think Jacob's done, bro.
I think he hit his shin on the side.
I hope he's all right, but it sounds like it's hurt. Yeah, I feel bad that if he's injured. Arn Anderson was talking to him for a minute, bro. It was close to 15. Someone said 5 minutes tops.
5 minutes. Absolutely not. 5 minutes tops. That I said 10, and that's being generous. It probably was close to the throw.
He said they're not entrances; they're cutscenes. Who would have thought the entrance guy with the bland matches? All right, you gotta chill, E. You gotta chill. Over the top long entrances, bland matches. No dog slander. It was actually so. Rob explained to me what was going on with Pharaoh. Pharaoh's 13 as a dog, and he's not going to be on the road anymore. That's why Cody wanted him in this because he's not going to be out there anymore. So, Ain't no way it was 5 minutes. H said that this would be the last one night SummerSlam here on out. So SummerSlam's 2 nights now officially moving forward.
Jesus Christ, bro.
Cleveland Browns call themselves the dog pound. Yes. Bro, I can't stand 5 or 6 hour shows.
They give you their money's worth.
But AEW's not a 6 hour show.
It's not a 6 hour show. It's like 4.5 hours.
Yeah, because it would be on till 2 a.m. if that's what you're saying.
Right. They go like 8 to 12:30.
The homies weren't feeling this one as much as the previous matches. Let me see. Do the Jelly Roll segments on TV? People might change the channel, but they're not going to turn a pay-per-view match. Okay, so the jury's out on that. Even 4 hours had my wife asking, when was this over? I hear you. Colo Solo. He's giving it 9 out of 10. Roman comes back and makes his return. I don't know, guys. Go off. Say what you want to say about this, then we'll give our grades on this.
You want to go, Sean?
I thought it was not that great. It was great to see Roman. Obviously, Roman coming back was what we all wanted. I think, and I'll say this was not WWE's fault. This was not Triple H's fault. There's a lot of things that I think are Triple H's fault. This was not. I think Jacob Fatu injuring himself made the
Sorry. I'm so sorry. It's E. E gets me every time. Conrad, are the casuals in the rooms with us right now? Like he's a psychologist. I just laugh at it, bro, because I'm like, yo, who casually watches wrestling? Who's casually watching Raw for 3 hours? Like, I saw it on. And I was like, I stayed here. I'm not staying anywhere for 3 hours. It better be a good movie. Go ahead, Sean. I'm sorry.
That's all good. I was just saying that at the end of the day, this particular part, as much as I have a problem with Triple H and WWE, this was not WWE's fault. The Roman thing did not play out as well because Jacob Fatu got hurt. I believe it was going to be where Jacob Fatu would have still been beating up Cody Rhodes. Roman probably would have ran in instead of walking to help Cody Rhodes with Jacob while Solo was down. But instead, because Jacob went down, Solo had to get up. Or I should say, Cody had to hit the crossroads and they were both down, to which Roman walked to the ring, took his time, and everything kind of looked kind of weird. I knew when Jacob went down. When Jacob went down, I knew I was like, this is going to mess up Roman's entrance.
I want to correct T-Ferg here real quick. He said, wait, am I wrong? Or is R-Truth the only African-American who had an appearance tonight? No. There was the lady in the back who helped Cody. She was also on there. I'm just saying. I'm just trying to point out anyone else I saw. Are we missing anyone, Sean? I'm trying to think here.
No, we're not. I already answered him in the chat. He's 100%. Other than you being sarcastic, he was 100% correct. Yes. And by the way, not. See, but when I say stuff like that, let's move on. No, T-Ferg, you were not wrong, and you're not the only person that noticed that.
Wrestling keep doing stuff that draws the casual fans away. What? Here's the thing. What is a casual fan? What is a casual football fan? Like, I don't know. I just don't buy the casual stuff as much as people say. I'm like, BS. You either watch this stuff or you don't. What is it?
Pretty much.
Time to call Zilla Fatu to sub Jacob out. I don't think so. I think they're gonna call Hikuleo and say we got to do this earlier. Arn checked it. Yo, chill, E, chill. Arn turning faster than he used to turn on that spine buster. Nia literally won a championship. What are you talking about with Nia? Did someone say something in the chat or?
No, it's regarding.
I mean, if we're talking about African Americans, Nia's not African American.
Nia's not African American.
T-Ferg. Oh, okay, there you go. I see where you were in here. Benedict Arn Anderson. Here we go. It would literally suck. Jacob got hurt. Yeah, this is gonna. Sean, what is your pivot? Derek, same question. Actually, I'll go to Derek first. What is your pivot if Jacob Fatu is hurt, bro? He's kind of the thing that's holding the other side together for the heels. That's bad, real bad.
You would have to bring in Hikuleo
ASAP
now. You have to call him now.
Say again, Sean.
Who's the one with the eye patch?
Tongaloa.
Is Tongaloa actually injured?
You don't want to know why I think that he's not participating.
Because my thought would have been, why don't we just get him back in there?
Well, Sean, he messed up his initial debut.
Oh,
The ref saved it.
Okay.
Then he donked his brother in the head with the low blow shot. I don't know what he's doing. He's
well,
come
my immediate thought was like, why don't you just switch him out?
Could do that. I think that if they want it 5-on-5, is there someone that you could? So people think the match is Roman, the Usos, Cody, and Sami Zayn taking on.
Then you have to take out Cody and Sami Zayn.
I think you take out Cody and just make it 4-on-4. They've had 4-on-4 War Games matches, right, Sean, in WCW?
Yeah, they have, man. I'm so sick of this crap. This War Games thing you can see from a mile away, and it's stupid. I don't like it. I'm going on record. No, I don't want the Bloodline versus Bloodline War Games. No, I don't. Never said that. Never said that before. That's an exclusive for EPW. No, I don't want it. Derek, no. Conrad, no.
Listen, I was for it, man. The ref. Oh, and we're getting asked about thoughts on the commentary switch that's happening in September with Raw. Corey Graves is moving over to Raw with who is it? Joe
Tessitore. I don't think traditional sports announcers work.
We'll see. They're 0 for 3 right now.
Shout out to Mike Adamley. What a loser he was.
No comment for Mike. I'd say the homies are casual fans. They came to watch out. Okay. Yeah. I mean, that's cool if people come in to watch it. Looks like Jacob is good. See, but here's the thing. I don't really call Derek a casual fan, though. Like, Derek watches enough. But Derek bought a piece of T-shirt. So is he a casual fan or is he not?
Derek is not a casual fan.
I watch more than what people really think.
Like, so stop. Derek's not a casual fan. Whoever said that.
No. We're just talking about the casual thing.
Oh, no, he's not a casual fan. No, he wouldn't be under casual. Somebody like your wife, my girlfriend, like my fiance, like they're casual. They watch if it's on, they'll check it out.
He said now we're counting extras as part of who was part of the show.
That's how pathetic it is.
November 30th, War Games is in Canada. Yes, it is. Here it is. Vancouver, British Columbia. If you guys are interested in going, I say get those tickets, man. Rogers Arena. It's going down. Looking forward to it. I hope that I don't know what they're gonna do now though. It's getting Adnan Verk trash Dookie as well. Appreciate you, Quills. No lies detected. Civil War is happening. He said Big E spoiled it by mistake and Wade had to recover it. Kevin Patrick counts as 3 L's. Yeah, I forgot. So that's 4 now. I forgot about Kevin Patrick. Derek is a casual. He eats that until he eats that infamous bagel. Yeah, like I said, I don't know what the definition of casual is. Like, I guess is it you don't read dirt sheets? Like, I don't. You know what I mean? Like, what does that mean? You can formulate that to be whatever. Let's talk about the ending grade for this. We're done with this show, right? We'll be back on Clash to discuss more stuff once Sean tells me what we're doing tomorrow, and I can start working.
Right.
So, all of the okay. I'm trying to be like
trying to think of something.
I'm trying to be politically correct without going off
about casuals.
No. I don't care about the casuals.
I think Derek has something in his brain that I have in my brain. He's just trying to be correct.
Well, you say it, Sean, because I'd rather you, because Derek definitely makes me have to edit shows.
Well, do me a favor. Just start it off, and then I'll take it. Like I want to.
No. I know, Sean. You just say what you're gonna say, and
what I was gonna say was that I'm talking about like the unfairness as far as like the booking is concerned. That's all I was going to talk about. So that's not where you were going?
No.
Oh, okay. No. Well, I think the booking on this show is completely unfair. We all know how I feel about Triple H, and I think Triple H is overrated as a booker. And honestly, I hope he's not around very long. Like, I don't like him.
I'd give tonight's show. What would you guys say for a grade?
C.
I would go B plus. I thought everything was good. I didn't think anything was like super trash though.
I mean, the best I can give you is, and I'm very reluctant on it.
Hold on, let me look at this one more time. Liv Rhea, not bad. Breaker and Sami didn't go too long. It was fine. LA Knight beat Logan Paul. Cool. Nia Jackson, Bayley, I was okay with. That was kind of, like I said, a low point. I liked Punk and McIntyre, like Sean. I thought that was match of the night. Gunther, Priest. Like I said, my thing were all like minor like ticks.
First match, meh. No, that was the women's title match. That was good. Then Intercontinental, meh. WWE Women's Championship, meh. It was. I mean, the only thing that stood out to me was Priest and Gunther, and then Punk and Drew.
What are you saying, Derek? Were you about to meet us in the middle? What'd you say? You said C or C plus, Sean?
I'm saying C.
Okay.
They don't get no plus from me.
I was gonna say at best maybe a B minus, but
B minus kind of generous, big dog.
Well, that's meeting us in the middle, I think, where we are.
I hear you.
Yeah.
I just don't think there's a lot to rail on them for. Like overall, it's like minor ticks, though. You're just like, I wish you didn't do this, but you can't make everyone happy either.
You know what? Yeah, it's minor things that put me in the middle because, like I said, the Logan Paul moonsault, that was fire. Like it's small things that happen, like the
small cool things, and then small
cool
things that you're like, but this thing,
but
and that.
The CM Punk and Drew McIntyre match was good. The Damian Priest and Gunther match was good.
Yeah, let's keep it where it is. Rockstar.
Yeah, you know what? Yeah, we're gonna keep it where it is because out of respect for you, Sean, I don't want to say what I really want to say.
We'll save it for after. Jay
Uso sucks. Is that what you're gonna tell me?
No.
We'll save it for the production meeting after. Rockstar says a casual fan only watches when Roman Reigns. A casual sports fan, I only watch SummerSlam, WrestleMania season. Don't watch regular.
Well, that would be casual.
Right. So then the casual fans are only around for 3 months then, right?
Yeah.
Is that what so who's here now? I don't know anyone who's like, oh, SummerSlam's coming up. Let me start watching wrestling again. I never hear that. I've never heard of anyone doing that really.
Yeah. If the casual fan is trying to reference me, I watch more than what people think I watch.
He said we're renaming Tongaloa Solid Snake.
Like I watch. I'm here. If I'm not at softball with my daughter, I'm here watching wrestling with him Monday and Wednesday, and then I catch whatever pay-per-view that I can if softball does not interfere with that. So I am by far not a casual fan. There was a point where I watched heavily, and then there was a point where I stopped watching heavily because a lot of shenanigans happened. And I did not like the people that were in the company at that time.
Edge.
That's when you could probably say that I was a casual fan because I would pop in and out like, oh, what's going on? I don't care for this. Gone.
Let's see what the chat's saying here. So Guy Will Gamble saying he thinks it's a C plus in my opinion. Not bad, but not great to me. I'd say casuals usually catch wrestling on TV when they can. Ratings don't matter when it comes. Wait, what? Ratings don't matter when it comes to PLEs or PPVs. What? Ratings don't math. What do you mean? What do you mean by that, Jesse? I don't know what you're saying here. At least with that last part. SummerSlam was disappointing. Soft 7 out of 10. Andy, what's good? This show was fun from start to finish. Honestly, best SummerSlam I've seen in years. Sean went for the Cody intro. Yeah, people probably pieced out for that. No Bianca, Jade, Street Profits, New Day, or Naomi. Not in there one. 2024 is a B minus. Okay. Any chance of a mixed gender match with Rhea and Dom? I definitely think you're going to see that. Where Priest, I think it'll be on Raw though.
Yeah.
Ref cams and Jelly Roll for 2K25. Dear goodness. Say it, Derek. Turn heel. Nah, Derek gonna be doing that editing. He's about to learn. Minute Maid versus Gunther in Berlin? I don't think so. B minus, Renegade says. PLE and pay-per-view numbers don't match TV ratings. Less watch. Yeah, but it costs money. I don't agree with that. And we don't know what WWE's PLE numbers are. They don't release those. They just say it's the highest ever, and people are like, okay.
Yeah, everything is the highest ever, but then we can never really get the actual numbers. You said this is over 57,000 people in the arena. Does this include the people who are selling food?
There you go.
Cleaning toilets?
Come on, Derek.
Is this what we're talking about?
Come on, Derek.
Like, bro, stop it with this, dude. We cannot include the people that are actually working.
Come on, Derek. Thank you. I'm glad somebody said, like, let's cut the crap. You know how many empty seats? I texted Conrad when the show started. You know how many empty seats were up in the third? I'm not talking about the place that was empty on purpose. Seats that were supposed to be full. Empty. 57,000, my black behind.
Like, bro, we
and there weren't a lot of them on the show tonight either. I'm just saying.
But I'm just saying, do we get to that point where, like, are we really that naive? You really think 57,000 people really came to that show?
You know what show started this? WrestleMania 3 is what started this.
There you go, Derek. I'm glad you. Thank you, Derek, because that's exactly. Conrad and I talk truth like that too. But for this show, cut the 57,000 paid attendees. No way. No way.
No, not at all. I'm not hearing it, bro. Like, you can't sit here and tell me that the narrative is not what it is. You include the people that work there.
There you go.
You have to count the people that are coming in who paid.
That's exactly right.
People who paid. Not everybody, not Tom, Dick, and Harry who just said, "Hey, I'm going over floor 15. I gotta go knock the floor over here because someone decided to blow chunks."
Exactly.
What?
Let's see here.
Exactly.
Pro Wrestling Shoot says check WrestleTix. Let's see.
And you think WrestleTix is really gonna tell you the truth on that?
Yeah, WrestleTix just look at Ticketmaster and then they correlate the numbers. That's all they do. It's like a fact checking.
All right. Well, if it says 57,000 plus, then I'll take it, but I don't believe it.
Okay, so this was, when was this last number updated? 5 hours ago. So that had to be at 7-ish, 7:30-ish. They had 807 seats available.
Mm-hmm.
It was total tickets distributed 55,858.
Where'd you get 57 plus?
Where's the extra $2,000 coming from?
Where'd you get 57 plus?
Sounds fugazi to me.
I'm done.
55 and 57 are two different numbers.
I'm done. I got nothing else to say. You say 57,000 plus, but that says 55.
And they put sauce on it. They put sauce on it by saying it was an American SummerSlam. I saw Derek's earpiece fall out.
He threw it out.
Oh, they put sauce on it by saying it was a SummerSlam American record.
Like, bro, stop.
Shut up. I'm so tired. There's nothing but a bunch of lies. I can't stand them people, man. All they do is add extra sauce to stuff they don't need. Just don't even announce the damn number.
Guy Will Gamble said, "What's $2,000 straight cash on me? Popcorn, cotton candy, peanuts, Cleveland." Pro Wrestling Shoe said only $2,000 more.
Why are you lying?
But you're lying about it.
Why are you lying then? I don't care if it's $1,000 more. Why are you lying?
You're lying about it. We sold 57,000 plus tickets.
I don't care if it's one. I don't care if it's 100 more. What are you lying for?
I don't care if it's one.
Clown says, and the same number will be inflated in a few weeks when AEW goes to London.
And I will say the same thing about that. I will say the same thing about it. You see me right now. You hear me right now. I will say the same thing about it. If they lie about it, I will say the same thing.
This whole
I don't
thing
care if
about
it's $2,000 more. You said 57,000 plus. It was not 57,000 plus. Don't lie about it.
97,100 or 93,173 in 1987 for WrestleMania 3 lies. 102 at WrestleMania 32 lies. The number that they originally came up with for AEW all out or all in or whatever it was lies. All they do is lie. WWE lies a lot more though. Lies a lot more. They always are fabricated numbers. How are you including the staff? That is such like throwing people off track for what? For what? Like, just tell the truth. If you sold 55,000 tickets, you sold 55,000 tickets.
Listen, okay. So you're telling me you'll be waiting for the same energy. You got the same energy. I promise you. The same energy that I give you about Cody Rhodes, who is trash, dookie. This whole defense that he has is garbage. Straight garbage.
And I know you're not talking about me because last year, Conrad is my witness. I went off on AEW for the false number. I went off. I don't like
timeout. I want to be fair to this too. We don't know if that's a false number. They're saying that because of turnstiles.
Oh, so there you go.
Okay. So how do you know? How do you know the turnstile didn't work?
I went off because I don't like people who lie.
Right, but how do you know the turnstiles didn't work on Gate D, Section C? You don't know that.
Touche.
So people don't know that. So they're jumping to conclusions. Listen, the only people who, to me, I don't care about any of that stuff. But if you get caught in a lie, it does look bad. It looks really bad. But at the end of the day, it's your money, not mine. You know what I mean? As a wrestling company, there's still a lot of people there. That's how I felt for some. Okay, there's still a lot of people there. Good for them.
But I get that. I totally get that. But how many of these arenas have turnstiles?
Well, they all have a way. Turnstiles is just how they measure you to go in, whatever it is. So when you push that little thing, when you go.
But how many of those have that?
A lot. Someone said respect to Jelly Roll for bringing out the only black people we're gonna see tonight. Yikes!
Come on, they're telling the truth. They're telling the truth.
Comp tickets count for attendance. Y'all fishing right now. Yeah, attendance and paid attendance are two different things too. So look at what it says. No, I'm just telling you the games that they're going to play with you.
What I'm saying is that I want to do a show. I'm saying it right here on your show. I want to do a show about lies and injustices in the world of pro wrestling, and I'll probably get canceled for it, and I don't care. It's time. I got to say something because I'm not going to say it here. I got to say something because like the manipulation and lies and favoritism and all this stuff, the tickets and all this stuff. Yo, how fugazi is it at this point, man? It's ridiculous.
Or multiple people in suites and skyboxes for one ticket price. But people in the skybox, I believe they pay though. From what I've seen, at least when they offer them.
I've been in a skybox. You still have to have your own ticket.
Well, when they have like the suites. Remember how companies used to have the suites, and you could pay like the suite for WrestleMania, and you could hang out with Kevin Nash and stuff like that.
I know.
You pay. You're still part of the attendance. Now they got the joints from Subway where you enter the arena.
And Leezy said, "I doubt Steph was a paid ticket." I doubt she had to pay to get in. Good point, Leezy.
They count Jelly Roll and MGK as attendance.
Facts. They probably went through the turnstile. No, they probably had a secret entrance.
Rhea, Dom, etc. They count as attendees. Listen, let's end this because we'll be here all night talking about wrestling and such.
Oh my God.
With that being said, folks, thank you for listening to us talk about SummerSlam. I thought it was a good show. I thought they did fine here. I'm interested to see what they do for Raw more so than anything else. Don't look at me like that. I don't give a care what you think. I'm interested to see how they bounce back from this, and what are they going to do for Berlin? Coincidentally, coming up at the end of the month with another show that's going to be happening at the end of the month, but coinky dinks, right, folks? So we're going to bring you guys the coverage when we can. I'll keep you updated on the pay-per-views. Me and Sean will be live Monday, 6:05. Me and Derek will be live Wednesday at 10:10. If you enjoyed what you heard here, hit the subscribe button. Hit a like on the way out. Thank you guys so much for listening to us talk and rant and rave about wrestling. Have a good night, everybody. And Sean, do you want to plug anything? Hubonomics, get in there.
Have a good night, brother. I appreciate Conrad, Derek. I appreciate you guys. Thank you.
Derek, anything you want to say?
I'm done. For the night, I'm done.
Peace.